on your cloud, okay? Okay, so I wanted to do this call because Ashley Evans, are you on a run and listening to us? You rock. Oh my goodness. You're showing us all up here. You go, girl. Okay. So this call tonight is kind of inspired by this book I'm reading on Audible. It's called Get Over Your DAMN Self. I can't even cuss because my kids are in here. So, although Silas says that word sometimes, so I probably could. So it's called Get Over Your Damn Self. And it's a book about network marketing. Actually, the author is not even like in our network marketing business, but she's very successful, and I've really gotten a lot out of this book, like a ton. So this particular chapter really kind of made the light bulb go on, especially since we have so many new people in our organization right now. I feel like it's really important to set all of you up for success, and at the same time prepare you for some of the struggles that we have as coaches when we're reaching out to new people day after day and person after person. So I'm going to dive right in. I'm going to be going, don't even freak out because some of these will just take a second to go through. But I'm going to be going through 9 rules for talking to people and how to talk your way to your next rank, meaning how to get people to jump on board with you because you can show them how amazing this can be for them, okay? And we're going to talk about a lot tonight, and mostly it is talking about how we can serve them. What can this do for them? Because that's really why we do this, to help other people, whether it's with their fitness or with their goals for their own business. That's why we're doing this, to help other people and to build our own business, of course, as well. So rule number 1, this whole thing is as we're reaching out to people, think about these rules for your conversations that you're having with people and the invites that you're sending people. That's what these rules are pertaining to. So rule number 1 is don't be attached to any one conversation. I know this can be really hard, especially as a newer coach when you're reaching out for the first few times. It's so easy to get invested in like the one conversation you're having and just kind of expecting that to be it, and they're going to jump in and this is going to be it. So the number 1 rule, the first rule is don't be attached to the outcome of any one conversation. Our job's to talk to people all the time. We introduce the opportunities to them, right? Whether we're introducing the opportunity for their wellness, and we have so many different options for their wellness, right? Like we have so many tools for them, whether they need help with nutrition or fitness or their supplements or all of the above. We're introducing these opportunities with our products and our programs and even the business opportunity. That's what we're presenting to these people. So it's kind of our job to get a lot of no's. And I know that sounds funny and it sounds counterproductive, but it's the truth. We're in this to help other people, so please don't hear me say this and think that I sound like cold. But it's kind of a numbers game, right? We have to reach out to a lot of people because it's not always going to be the right time for certain people. So our job is to get a lot of no's. That's why we call that sheet our go for no sheet. For our tracking. So this is about helping others, but it's also about reaching out to the right people. So don't let the no's disappoint you. I know that's easier said than done, and I myself am still definitely guilty of letting no's disappoint me sometimes. But for the most part, I go into this with thinking, I want to help this person. I want to show this person what we can do for them. But at the same time, I'm not going to be super attached to whether they say yes or no. I'm just presenting them with this awesome opportunity that's been such a blessing for me. And then it's up to them whether they want to jump in. So You're sharing just thinking about it like that. You're sharing the opportunity. Sorry, I'm reading my notes because I took mad notes on this. So if I repeat myself, I apologize. Okay, so we love these people and we're going to continue to help them no matter what. But like I said, if it's not the right time for them, we keep moving. And we offer others help because we're still going to help them when they're ready and with whatever we can help them with. We always have free groups. We always have menus we can send them for free. We're always there to help them with whatever it might be, even if they're not ready to jump in with the opportunity just at that time. So number 2, and this is going to sound kind of funny too, the rule number 2 is don't be on the hunt. I think sometimes our intention can be like, okay, who am I going to get today? Who am I going to get to jump? And that's an amazing, like I applaud your positivity and your belief in yourself because that's amazing, right? But if you approach it with that focus, sometimes we can be more focused on our own agenda then instead of listening to the people we're talking to. We're afraid we don't want to come off pushy or aggressive or desperate or any of those icky words that we always think in our head when we're telling ourselves like, oh, I don't want to seem that way or whatever. If you're listening to the person and you're truly coming at it with a heart of service, like how can I help them? What problem can I help them solve? What can I do to offer them a solution? What can I give them? When you enter a conversation or follow up with somebody with a conversation about what you can do for them and how this can help them with their objectives and their goals, then that's really going to open up the conversation so much more. Number 1, for you to hear them. And number 2, for you to really find a great solution for them, because we know, guys, like we know we have the answers. Like, I don't mean to sound rude, but we do, you guys. We know what we do is like an amazing gift because it's changed all of our lives on this call, right? But sometimes we just have to find a way to present that to them. So if you really enter into it with what can I give to them, how can I present them with a solution, then that helps a lot. Like we're not salespeople. We've said it so many times. We are sharing people. We're sharing this with them. So if someone doesn't want this, then there's no disappointment because there really wasn't, like we really weren't after something, right? We were just sharing this opportunity with them to see if it would be a good fit for them at this time in their life. So, and this kind of helps with the number 1 rule too, like the rule number 1 I talked about, like not being super attached to the outcome. So, it's not about getting what we want, you guys. It's about getting other people what they want and showing them that our fitness programs, our supplements, our nutrition plans, that is what is going to serve them and help them. That's what we're sharing with them. So, being successful isn't necessarily like being successful is helping lots of people getting, help them get what they're after. So that is rule number 2. Now, this goes into the more technical side of things. So rule number 3, less is more. So think about your conversations you're having with people. Think about your invites. And this is like cracked me up. She's like, think about it like a first date. Like you're not going to show too much skin on a first date, right? Like you're not going to want to like give too much away. Think about it like that with your invites. And I am super guilty of this, of sending longer invites. And that's okay. You guys don't feel like if you're like, oh my gosh, I've done every single thing wrong she's talked about tonight. No, you haven't. You have not. Because if you are doing this from a place of, I want to help you, I'm excited to do what I can for you, then you're doing it the right way. Don't beat yourself up or fret over anything you've already done. We're all learning, right? Like we're all learning how to do this and how to serve people better. Hold on, I got to get a drink because my mouth always gets dry. So don't fret about it if you feel like, oh my gosh, I've not been doing this right. This is just to help you get a better flow and help you with your business, from here on out. So when you're sharing a whole lot, it can feel overwhelming to them. And we know a lot, you guys. You guys are so knowledgeable. You have so much to share. but it can be overwhelming for other people. And we've heard you've heard it called word vomiting or whatever you want to call it. But if you keep it short and sweet and just share little bits at a time, you're basically just like, how can you whet their appetite? What can you say to them that's going to intrigue them a little bit, that's going to answer their question, right? Because your first message to them is an invite. Your first message to them is, hey, I've got this 21-day boot camp. It starts on Monday. I was thinking of you. I love having positive women. Join me. Would you be interested? Like, that's your first, that's it. That's a great example for an invite right there. So that's your first question. If they say, yes, I'm interested, can you tell me more about the group? That opens the door for you to share a little bit. And you can maybe just talk a little bit about our at-home workout programs and how we do them like through our online fitness library. And it's like Netflix for your workouts. I'm like overusing the air quotes here. I'm sorry. But this is exactly what I say to people as I'm talking to them. And I share a little bit with them. But what I always do is I always ask a question. Like, how does that sound? Does that sound like it would serve you well? What are your goals for your fitness? That is always so important to find out what their goals are, because that helps us learn whether Beachbody On Demand is going to be a good option for them. Or maybe they need something like 2B Mindset because they really struggle with emotional eating. Or maybe they're like, I just need to like put my head down and be super strict and just kind of weed out all the junk I've been eating. So maybe Portion Fix is best for them. When you ask them questions and ask them what their goals are, that's going to lead you in the right direction to share a little bit at a time. So when I say less is more, I mean, just hit the highlights with them, especially if you're typing it out. Personally, I like to go straight. Sorry, it's getting noisy in here. Personally, I like to go straight to the voice clips. If you're using direct messaging, I like to go straight to the voice clips. Even on Instagram, you can do that now. Is it too loud here, you guys? Okay. I have this on, so it's weeding out a lot of the noise. Think about like you want, so the lady that said like you don't want to show too much on the first date, right? You want to get them to go on a second date with you. So think of it like that. You're sharing a little bit with them and you're continuing to ask them questions and you're inviting them to learn more each interaction that you have with them. So I hope that helps. Rule number 4. Okay, wait a second. I wanted to get to this. Rule number 1 was don't be attached to the outcome of any one conversation. That was rule number 1. So, and this is recorded, so you can go back and listen to it. But basically, that's just saying like our job is to present this opportunity to people, and if they say yes or no, like that's up to them. So, rule number 4 is be authentic. Like this, it sounds simple, but sometimes it can be hard to do, especially if you're just now starting this coaching journey, or if you're just now jumping into building your business. You don't have to sound like me. You don't have to sound like Tabitha. And when I say sound like us, I mean like you don't have to use the exact same verbiage. Like Kayla Heffley is always telling me like, yeah, I'm not using that many exclamation points. You use way too many exclamation points. That doesn't sound like me. So if you're typing it out, type it out like you would talk. Why are you barking? No. He wants that food on the table. I'm telling you, he's spoiled. The dog, not the kid. The dog wants the food on the table. So anyway, you want to sound like you. Everyone's like, your special power is that there is no one else like you. So be you, like just be real, share what's on your heart. People really do respond to you being honest and just being yourself. And I know that sounds simple and it sounds like you can do it, but sometimes you just have to check yourself, whether it's with your posts or whether it's with the way that you're messaging people. Talk to them like you talk to them like in line at the grocery store or at a party or whatever. And it's okay to be silly and funny and be honest if you're struggling. Like, that's real life. Like, you're a human being. They're a human being. Like, you're a human being that has something to offer to them. Okay. So how are those things of value to them as a fellow human being? Just think of it like that. And like, everybody is unique, and that's what they're going to be drawn to. They're going to be drawn to you. That's why we always encourage you guys to share pictures of you instead of stock photos, because the stock photos may look pretty and perfect, but when they see you in your kitchen with your messy countertop, like, they get that that's real, or whatever it is, you know. So that's rule number 4. Sorry. Rule number 5, you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. Enthusiasm is going to take you such a long way, you guys. Excitement is going to take you such a long way. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to say everything perfectly. But if you're excited about it and you're sharing this with them because you want them to join you, and it's been such an amazing thing for you in your life, that is going to take you a long way. So don't let the fear of saying everything just right stop you from reaching out. You know, and it can be easy. And I'm not saying that emails and direct messaging and texts are easy, because they're not. But to be honest with you, if you can have a phone conversation or a Zoom call just like this, especially if you're presenting the coaching opportunity to somebody, if you can get in front of them physically or even like this, it can make such a big difference. I do my best if someone's local to meet with them if I can. Whether it's just half an hour at the coffee shop, or I invite them over to my house. I do what I can to get in front of them physically. But if you can't do that, I understand. These Zoom calls are amazing as well. But you guys, voice clips, let them hear that enthusiasm too. And there's nothing wrong with typing out messages. Don't hear me wrong. Those are great, and those take a lot of guts to send to you guys. But if you can go straight to the voice clips, you can say so much more to them in a 60 or a 120 second, 2 60-second voice clips on Facebook Messenger. You can say so much more to them, and they can hear the excitement. They can hear your honesty. They can hear your, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, they can hear that you're a real person, basically, and you can say so much more to them and get your point across a little quicker in the voice clips. So I do really encourage you guys to do those. I know I used to be a little nervous about it when I first started doing them, but here's where don't let the fear of saying everything perfectly stop you from doing it. Don't let it stop you from sending the text message or the direct message or whatever it might be, because that's when you get yourself into that. It's the whole, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Like, you need to send more messages, but you're afraid to because you want to sound perfect. So then you don't send the messages because you're afraid that you're not perfect, but you need to send more messages, so you're not. It's like this, you know what I mean? It's like this whole thing. So don't let that stop you, because while you're kind of in your own head, somebody else might talk to them. And that's great that they're being helped. I'm not saying that. We're glad somebody else is helping them. But we do know that, like, what we have, what, buddy? Oh, Daddy will help you. Okay. But we do know that, that this has been such a blessing for all of us, that it's just such an exciting thing to share with other people. Sorry, train of thought out the window. So if someone's looking at what you have to offer and you're excited and you want them to join you and it's the right time for them, they're going to jump. So don't let that fear of like messing up or whatever get in your way. Another thing I've been doing with a lot of my coaches is getting in a 3-way message with them. So whether it's a text message or a Facebook Messenger, don't be afraid to either help your downline or to ask your coach above you to jump into a 3-way message with you and help you talk to other people. That not only gives them another point of view, but it gives you fresh set of eyes on what your coach is saying or what your downline is saying. And it helps you work through the objections with them a lot better. Okay. So that's something that's been huge for me. And I know that people have been implementing that all over our team as well. And it's been helpful. Take screenshots, text them to us. We're glad to help you if you're feeling like you're at a little bit of an impasse. I'm trying to watch my time here, you guys. Okay. So, rule number 6, if you find yourself convincing someone, stop it. And not like stop it, but like just push pause. We want to avoid this because it can be like unproductive at best, and then it can kind of turn them off at worst. So if you're wondering like, okay, am I in convincing mode or not? I need to convince them to jump in with me. And I know it sounds familiar because I've said it myself so many times. If you feel like you're dragging your prospect to purchase or to enroll in the coaching opportunity, if you feel like you're dragging them, you're probably in convincement mode. You just say what you need. What do you need? You need my phone. Oh, okay. Mike's trying to talk in hand gestures. I'm like, you can just tell me what you need because I can't read. I don't know what you're trying to say to me. So this can be hard because sometimes we're just sharing information and we're just working through objections. That's one thing. Working through objections is one thing. But if you literally feel like you're dragging them along, then it's time to just say to them, you know what? I'll check back in with you later. I'm so excited for you to do this with me, but I totally understand if it's not the right time for you. Guess what? They go on your list for next month or the month after or whatever it might be, and you can check back in with them. It doesn't mean that it's a no. It just means that it's a not right now. And you know what? I've heard all of these things before, but I just loved the way the chapter in this book broke it down because it just like hit home to me. So even if they don't end up purchasing or enrolling, even if they do, I should say, if you feel like you're convincing someone and you're dragging them to join you, even if they do purchase or if they do enroll, the odds are it's probably not going to end the way we want it to, right? Because how many times, like personally myself, I've had two other Beachbody coaches reach out to me, and I was not at all in the right mind frame to do this. So I didn't. And then when my coach came along, it was the right time. I needed it in my life. And here I am almost 4 years later, still down 50 pounds. I have that third beautiful baby that I was praying to God for, that I wanted to lose the weight for. Hey guys, my husband just left for work, so this is going to get real fun real quick. You guys have to be quiet. I'm still on my call. Give Silas my phone. That's awesome, Elle, but I need to be on this call. That's really great. She's showing me her
It's simply much more effective.
Hold on. So sorry. Okay, Silas, would you like to watch my phone? Okay, please go in the other room. Anyway, so if you feel like you're in that convincing mode, it's okay to back off and just ask if you can check with them maybe at a later date. I don't think that lid was on. Stop and think. Am I asking them the right questions to show them what this can really do for them? And that's another thing. You don't automatically have to turn off the conversation. You can just stop and go back to the reason you're talking with them. What is their pain? What is their goal? What are their wants? Like, why did you start this conversation? And maybe you just need to go back to asking them more questions, and that will help you present this opportunity to them. So it's okay if they're not ready. You've laid the breadcrumbs and you're going to invite them later on. Okay. And if not, just re-examine the conversation and go back to the reason that they were interested in this in the first place and ask a few more questions. Maybe ask them what's holding them back. Like, hey, I know you said that you really are wanting to lose weight and that the home workout sounded like a really good option for you, could I ask, is there something specific that's holding you back? Maybe I could help you. So just go back to asking those questions that allow you to show what an awesome solution this can be for them. Okay. Number 7 is listen. This dog, can you hear him barking? Let me just let him out real quick.
While Jess is doing that, if you guys have any questions, just type them. We'll answer them as we go.
Okay, thank you, Carrie. Okay, so the number 7 rule is listen. Really listen. Okay, to learn about someone, to learn about what they want, to learn about their fears, to learn about their pain that they're trying to, get refuge from. You have to talk to them, yes, but you really have to listen. I know that I'm super guilty of getting caught up in okay, I want to talk to them about this because this is just a good option for almost everybody, so I want to talk to them about it. Take it piece by piece. We talk about layering the information, right? We talked about less is more as we're slowly introducing the options for them and the solution for them, but listening to them in the message's entirety can be so important. So here's a good example. You're messaging someone about joining you for your next boot camp. They respond back to you like, oh, you know what? This sounds like a great option for me. Excuse me. I've really been struggling. Like ever since my daughter was born, I've really been struggling emotionally. And like, I would love to have the support of other women. But you know what? Like, I just don't know whether, whether now's the right time or whatever. So you could go right into, like, you read that, you could go right into, hey, I know it doesn't seem like the right time, but really I'm here to help you. I'm here to stand beside you. Yeah, that's great. That's positive. But you totally skipped over that first part of that message where she admitted to you that she's probably struggling with a little bit of postpartum, right? So it's really important to listen to everything they're telling you and acknowledge it. Because number 1, you're going to form a real relationship with them that way. You're going to have a real friend. You're going to be a real friend to them that they can talk to. And then you're going to learn more about them. And that's just going to help you to help them. So whether it's, the wellness opportunities or whether it's the business that we know will help them, we have to learn why it's going to help them in the first place. We know this is a great option for like 99% of people out there, but we really need to listen to them and know why it is for them personally. Okay, rule number 8, work from appointment to appointment. So what this means is, sometimes it feels like you're chasing the people you're talking to, or you're like, oh my gosh, I've sent them like another message and like, we're just not getting anywhere. If you set up an appointment with them when you're finishing your conversation, it's number 1, professional, and then you don't feel like you're bugging them. And what I mean by this is simply saying, hey, I'm going to send you the videos. Send them the clip. Like if you're sending them a YouTube video for the Beachbody On Demand promo, send it to them and then say, okay, girl, here's the video we chatted about. Will you have a chance to watch it tonight? And I can check back in with you tomorrow. Yes, I'll watch it tonight when the kids go to bed. Tomorrow would be perfect. And then you can say, okay, perfect. I'm here if you have questions, but otherwise I'll chat with you tomorrow evening. So set that appointment with them, especially if you are narrowing them down to the final steps where you're closing and they're purchasing or they're enrolling. You want to make sure anytime anybody enters your funnel, the people that you're talking to, you want to make sure you're setting up an appointment with them when you close that conversation to check back in with them the next time. So then they're number 1, expecting you. You're not bugging them because you're being professional and you're keeping your word. And your time's valuable, their time's valuable. So it just saves a lot of time. And believe me, I am guilty of forgetting this myself, but it so helps if I set up an appointment for the next message. And then you can write yourself a reminder in your tracker, because we all track, right? At least we try. So we could have a whole call on tracking systems. But anyway, you can write that down. You can put it in your phone, whatever you need to do, so you remember to check back in with them. Now, I am well aware, and usually, guys, before I move on to what I'm about to say, usually that's within 24 to 48 hours. You want to check back in with them within like a day or two, because that does, you don't want to leave too much time, okay? So you want to kind of act fast while everything's fresh in their brain. You remember what you're talking to them about. You're taking good notes. So that's usually a 24 to 48 hour window, unless for some reason they're on vacation or like whatever. I don't know. I just say that now because lots of people are on vacation. So now, having said all of that, I do realize that we get the ghosting, right? We get the people that like everything was going great and now you can't get them to respond to you, right? That happens a lot. That's okay. Here's the way I feel about it. If you're talking to someone and then they're ignoring you, that's on them, not you. So yes, honey. In a minute, okay? I'm very busy. I'll be done in just a few minutes. Because I know it can be weird. Like, I've invited so many people that I then see like at church or at the grocery store, and like I invited them, but they ignored me. So what I do is I always send a follow-up message. So whether I invited them and they've ghosted me, or I have been talking to them and they're no longer responding, I always send a follow-up message. And I usually just say like, hey there, I hope I didn't make you feel uncomfortable at all with the invite to my blah, blah, blah. But, you know, no pressure. I'd love to have you, and close it out. You know, hope I didn't make you feel uncomfortable, or I hope I wasn't bugging you. If you've been talking to them and they are not responding anymore, like, I hope I'm not bugging you at all. Like, I just want to, you know, no pressure at all. I'd love to have you though, and just close it out. So think of it like you're on a bus with someone. You're chatting with them. Their bus stop comes. They get up to leave. They say bye, right? Like, you close the conversation. You don't just usually walk away from someone in the middle of a conversation. So if they're not responding to you, you can just close the conversation. You know, you can say, I would love to help you. I'm here for you. Just reach out to me. Look forward to hearing from you. And you can say bye, you know, because you're going to check back in with them. That doesn't mean you're done with them. That means you're just going to maybe wait a while to talk to them again. And you kind of can gauge when the right time for that is if you notice that they're still liking your pictures or commenting on your photos or watching your stories. If they're still doing all of those things, then yeah, reach back out to them in a couple of months or a month or whatever you feel is appropriate. So I just really encourage you to close those conversations. And I know it can be hard, but honestly, guys, if you have reached out, like I know you all do, with a servant's heart, just to help them, and they don't respond back to you, that's on them. Like, you can't blame yourself. You don't be embarrassed if you see them out. Because I know this happens a lot, and I'm saying this for local people because I know it happens a lot to me. I just move on, like, oh, hey, so good to see you. How's it been? How you been? You know, I just move right on. If they want to bring it up, they will. And 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to message you back. I'm so sorry. Like, people have said that to me either in a text or even in person. So don't be afraid to just kind of close it out and move on. Okay, the last rule is don't count your chickens before they hatch, right? We love people. We want to help people. But if we followed up with them and they've said they're jumping in, it can be so easy to like put a tally mark in. Okay, I've got her. I've hit my goal for the month. I'm done. Don't really count those people as in until you see them show up in your back office. A good example of that is the last 2 months of my life. I have had so many people so excited to jump in with me. but things have fallen through financially, or they've had family that has had health problems or whatever. I was supposed to sign 4 coaches on Saturday. So far, nothing's happened. I'm holding out hope and I'm there for them, but I'm just saying, until they really truly jump in and make the enrollment or the purchase, you don't want to like count them. And even when they do, we're not going to stop, right? We're just moving into a different mode with them. Now, instead of, helping them to see how this can be such a great thing for them, we are showing them what to do to be successful. So we're just changing modes with them when they do purchase or enroll. So continue to reach out and follow up with those people that are interested. Follow up with those people that said they were going to enroll or purchase, but continue to reach out to new people. Because like we said, we do have to reach out to a lot of people to get someone to see the value of this. Maybe the first 5 people won't, but maybe the next 3 will. So that is kind of all I have. Carrie, do you have anything that you want to add or like? No,
I think you pretty much covered it.
Okay, and I know we covered a lot of information. What'd you say, Carrie?
I was just seeing if anybody had any questions about anything about inviting or how to start conversations.
Don't be afraid to ask for examples of invites. I still do that. I'm still like, what are you guys sending? Like, I'm not getting anything with this. What are you guys sending? How are you asking people?
Or how to craft a post, what kind of picture you should use, anything like that. Just reach out to your upline and we can help you, until you get more comfortable doing it, we can help you like create those.
And basically just remember, share yourself, your journey. Like I said, your superpower is that nobody else is like you. So that's what you're going to share the crap out of to people. So I've recorded this. It'll probably take me a while. Does somebody have a question? I'm sorry.
No, but what was number 9?
Oh, okay.
I was making my hide bed.
Oh, you're totally fine. Number 9. Don't count your chickens before they're hatched, meaning.
Oh, okay, I have that one. Okay, so never mind.
Number 8 was work from appointment to appointment. So, and I think that's like a helpful little trick. Like I don't remember to do all the time. So, and like I said, this whole call was from the book, Get Over Your Damn Self. And Silas just ran away. Does somebody want to Google that really quick so I can tell you who wrote it? But I would definitely, I would definitely suggest that as a personal development book for the business side of things. And it's even helped a lot with like my belief. I'm just looking this up really quick. So I can't see, Carrie's going to have to help me because I'm looking up the author for this book, but who is currently reading a personal development book right now?
I am not, but I need a good one.
Okay, so
nobody's reading a personal development book right now?
I'm actually reading a book about food.
Yes, and that I do that as well. Okay,
it's by Mark Hyman. It just talks about.
I think we lost her.
Okay, so Romy Neustadt, Neustadt, is who wrote this book. And I don't know why I have so many pop-ups. Anyway, that's who wrote that. Did she pop back on that she wanted to ask us a question? I didn't.
No, we lost her somehow.
Okay. So, yes, I strongly encourage you all to be reading a personal development book. This is coming from someone who has ignored this for the last 3 years almost. Like I start books and I never finish them. And And now that I'm doing it, it's just helping leaps and bounds, and it's helping me see the areas in my life that I really am hoping to like dig deeper on and work on and whatever. But Audible is amazing. Okay, so Kate is reading The Power of Positive Self-Talk. Ooh, I love it. I need that book. I need it. So, okay. And then if you look in the files section of our team page, there is a list of personal development books. So, if nobody else has anything, I will go ahead. Oh yes, Girl Wash Your Face. I'm trying to figure that. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to say these out loud if you guys want to write them down. So, Get Over Your Damn Self, Girl Wash Your Face, The Power of Positive Self-Talk, Rock Your Network Marketing Business, Build to Last. Those are all a mix of like actual business building books, and then the 12-week year is another good book for building your business. But if you guys are really working like me right now, I'm really working on breaking through like that belief in myself. There's all sorts of good books I can recommend and that I've had recommended to me too. So Carrie's put a bunch more in here. Okay, yes, I can send you some sample invites, Kate, for sure. That helps me. I'm still asking Tabitha and Carrie and whoever, I'm still asking people what they're, how they're inviting. So, and actually, if you would have asked me last week, I would have been like, I don't know. Like, we all have these times where we're like frustrated and we feel lost. So just reach out and talk to people for help, because that's what we're here for. And like, there's so many of us and you guys are killing it. Like, can I just say our team is on fire right now? I can't even. Hashtag can't even. I'm so excited. And if you guys are still wanting to go to Summit, there's still time. I'm so excited for Summit. I just saw Linda. Kayla, how did you do that? Kayla, did you need something? Your hand is raised. I didn't even know you could do that. Oh, GoPro by Eric Warren is a good business building book. Yes, GoPro is a good one.
Rachel Hollis is speaking at Summit, just in case nobody knew that.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
Did anybody know she wrote fiction?
Not until I read her other books and she started talking about it.
Yeah, I apparently haven't gotten that far in Girl Wash Your Face. I hit pause on Girl Wash Your Face and started reading this other book. So, okay, girls, I will get off here unless anybody else has anything. I'm glad to stay on here and chat with y'all, but I don't want to take up your night either if you have all your questions answered. Okay. Like I said, just message us or reach out to us if you need anything specific. Otherwise, I will post this call either tonight or tomorrow morning, probably tonight, because I've got to work and get up at 4 a.m, and I just don't often do that, and I hate to do that, but that's okay. Okay, I think we're good. Thank you guys for jumping on. Sorry, I was just looking to see if anybody else had any questions. Thank you guys for jumping on. I appreciate it, and we will see you soon. Oh, wait. Can we take a picture? Does anybody want to show? Never mind. Did you take a picture, Carrie?
No, take a picture.
Okay, well, I don't have my phone because I gave it away to my monster of a 2-year-old. Do you have your
take a picture? Yeah, but I can only see 4 people.
Oh, shoot. Darn it.
Who's on the computer?
You know what? I will rewind when more of us faces were on the call and like rewind it and take a picture. Okay?
Okay.
We might not all be making the prettiest faces, but sorry, Silas has my phone. I don't even know where he is. So, all right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Okay, bye.